We know you love us, but the information on our podcast is provided for educational and entertainment purposes only. I understand I'm both an LPC and an LMFT. However, this is not intended as a substitute for professional services of any kind. If you or anyone you know needs professional help, please seek mental health services. This is Emma.
This is Zorric.
Host of the Date podcast. And we're so excited to do another show for you today.
Yes, we are.
We have a special guest today.
Who is it?
Well, our special guest is Claire White.
Claire White, really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
She was previously Miss Arlington, and she was a contestant on The Proposal on ABC.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Of
Wow.
course, Claire.
Nice. What else are we going to talk about?
We're also going to talk about like things that we swipe left on as we're swiping on our wonderful apps.
I feel like
that
Emma,
I'm back on.
I feel like we need to give Emma a time limit because she's going to like have a list that never ends. It's going to be like
Fine, I'll give you 3, jerk. Are you okay with that?
Fine.
Why do I get the sound for that?
I'm just saying I agree, okay? All right. So, if you guys want to find us or gals want to find us, you can find us on iTunes and the Google Play Store or wherever you get your podcasts. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and review. Also, we've been receiving a lot of emails.
Yes.
Please keep it coming. Keep the show questions and comments coming.
Love
and
it.
email us at hello@datepodcast.com, or you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at datepodcast.
Cool.
So, Emma, what's going on today?
So, I think we are all still kind of like celebrating the Emmys, or at least I am. Did you watch, Claire?
I didn't, but I read a lot of recaps.
Yes. I was sort of posting stuff on my Instagram, not my public one, but my private one.
Okay.
I went a little crazy. So there was a lot of cool things. I think one of the things that like...
Claire, this is going to happen a lot.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
That really amps us up for like the great things that happened at the Emmys and maybe some not so great things that happened at the Emmys.
Yeah. And Emma cannot believe what's going on today.
I can't believe. So first of all, I was kind of a little upset about the Emmys being on a Monday instead of a Sunday.
I agree with that.
Football was ruining my life.
Oh my gosh. How dare you?
I watched
Take
it.
that back.
Didn't I tell you I was watching it?
College or NFL?
No, I was watching the Cowboys play Sunday night.
Okay. I bet, Claire, what do you play? What do you watch or play?
I don't play football, I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
But I love college football. I went to OU, so I'm a huge Sooner fan.
Oh, college football.
I know, but I like the NFL too.
Yeah.
I'm an avid Cowboys fan.
Good. There's 2 of us here.
I watched the game too, son. I even told you about it.
Did you tell me?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you told me you watched it. You didn't tell me about the game.
No, I was watching it.
Okay.
Anyways, let me
Continue.
get back to my Emmy story.
Continue.
So one of the big things that happened is that Glenn Wise won this Emmy. So he is who produced the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
And what he did, all of a sudden, like he is on stage and he's talking about his mom and telling him that, you know, his mom loved his girlfriend or whatever. And all of a sudden he says something like, you know, the reason I never want to call you my girlfriend is because I want to call you my wife. And everybody's like, what?
Wow.
And I loved it so much because, Leslie Jones, who I just love, and you know, she's on SNL. You just see her like stand up and has like a what look on her face, and she's like Snapchatting it and posting it on Instagram. Like her reaction was priceless, but it was really cute.
Did she say yes?
Yeah, the girlfriend said yes, so now they're engaged.
She
so now
better
it's
say yes.
fiance.
Well, I don't know.
It was also really cute because his mom had just passed away like a few weeks ago, and the mom had given him the ring to propose.
Oh,
so I
wow.
just thought it was like another level of like sentimental. I was just there for it. I was like, oh my gosh.
It was precious.
It was precious. And of course, Leslie Jones like did a beautiful thing where she said, whoever I marry has to propose to me at the Emmys now. Like,
wow. So is that how you guys want to be proposed to at the Emmys?
no, I don't. I would say yes out of courtesy.
I mean, I totally would eat that up. I would love that.
I would love to be
No.
proposed to at the Emmys as well. So
No, I would like to have a private proposal. Like the idea of like family being there and witnessing it gives me anxiety.
Oh, too many people.
That's too, like, no, because like, what if I say no? I want it to be private, and then we can celebrate it together, like later after if I say yes, not in that moment.
Right. But at that point, hopefully your family wouldn't set you up if they knew you were going to say no.
That's true. That's true.
True
We have to cross our fingers on that one.
Exactly.
Well, that's probably one of the most original ways I've seen somebody propose to somebody, right? I mean, you see that at like the sports games, and you see that at, I don't know, like monuments.
Yeah, it was really cute. I liked seeing everyone's reactions, and then I was like, you know, following everyone's like Insta story and watching their reaction to it too. So a lot of people were talking about it.
Yeah.
The other thing that I want to mention is, y'all know how much I love Queer Eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Karamo was wearing this cape. Oh my gosh.
Is he the guy with the long hair?
No, Karamo's the black guy on the show.
Oh, okay.
But like Karamo's been like on this cape thing recently, and I like, oh my gosh.
Is
like,
that a thing? So
I love capes. Like Karamo's giving me permission to bring my capes out.
all right, hold on. So if I roll up in a date with a cape on, come on, guys, tell me the
You
truth.
can't pull it off.
No.
Thanks
You're
a
not
lot.
Karamo Brown.
Okay.
Nora, yeah, I'm sorry.
Is it a long cape, like a Dracula cape or
No,
Superman
it's
cape?
not. It's a very like simple, like regal cape. It's just like, sorry, Zorric, like you just can't pull it off.
Thank you.
Not a lot of men can. That's why women stick to it.
Women
And
capes?
Karamo Brown.
I have a cape jacket.
Do you have a cape jacket?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I've ever
But
seen
he
that.
was giving it like
He was.
so much life.
Oh my gosh, so much. Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Oof.
Emmys.
Yep.
So-
Emmys. I was here for it.
How much did you
I
drink
loved
during
it.
the Emmys?
I cannot.
You cannot drink? You
This
can
information.
And all the drinks. You drank all the drinks,
I
right?
did not drink all the drinks.
Okay. Many of the drinks.
Maybe. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on to Claire.
Oh my gosh. Claire's here.
Claire is here.
Hey.
Wow, Claire. So you've had a lot of accomplishments. I feel like you've done a lot. And I feel like, Emma, we need to like step up our game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Right?
younger than us and has accomplished a lot more than
Oh my
us.
gosh, yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, she's really killed it so far. So okay, so where are you from? Let's start there.
So I'm from Amarillo, Texas, and a lot of people I'm surprised to know don't know where that is, but it's in the little panhandle
Yes.
area of Texas.
Yeah.
So
Which
kind
I'm
of a smaller
surprised.
country town.
Like, if you're from Texas, you should know where Amarillo is. So, like, shame on you, person from Texas that doesn't know where Texas is.
Well, I mean, I always relate this back to the Miss Teen North Carolina that didn't even know like about maps when she was asked, and she was saying the Iran and the Saudi Arabia or whatever. And so it honestly doesn't shock me when people have no idea where Amarillo is.
Oh wow. So Amarillo has a lot of things, right? Over there.
Didn't George Strait write a song
Yeah.
about Amarillo?
Yep, Amarillo by
See?
morning, Amarillo sky. We have the 72-ounce steak challenge.
Wow.
I know.
Have you tried it?
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Wow. I don't think I can even like walk after that or even get close to 72
They have to like roll
ounces.
you out.
Jeez. So what
For
happens if you
real.
win?
They just put your name on a plaque and you don't
Oh.
have to pay for it.
It's all about the plaque, though.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
It is.
it's
It's just
bragging
about the
rights.
trophy.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So Amarillo, and I'm kind of skipping ahead, but on the show you mentioned that you were adopted. Is that true?
It is true.
Okay.
So my mom was 38 years old and wanted to have a child, and she wasn't married. And back then, like IVF and what's that?
Fertilization?
Yeah, IVF, and then what Kim Kardashian just did. Surrogacy.
Surrogacy.
Okay.
Sorry,
yeah,
I
yeah.
blanked.
It's okay.
Was very kind of taboo. No one really talked about it. So adoption was her only option. And she applied to 16 different adoption agencies and only was accepted to one because she was a single mom.
Wow.
And it was in Dallas. And she got a call and said they had a baby for her. So she flew down, picked me up, and then the next day flew me back home to Amarillo. So I'm super, super lucky. My
Wow.
mom is like the best. And honestly, on the show, she stole it all because they kept like showing her.
Yeah,
Aw.
that's like one of my comments that I wrote down that she had like lots of airtime.
Yes.
So did you have brothers and sisters growing up, or?
So my mom started dating my dad whenever I was 8 years old, and he had 2 children from a previous marriage. So when my parents got married when I was 9, I inherited 2 awesome stepsisters.
Cool.
I never call them step; they're just my sisters. And actually, I'm one of my oldest sisters' maid of honors with my other sister in her wedding. So I'm super excited. We're really, really close.
Nice. So they're older than you?
Yes.
So you are the youngest.
I'm the baby.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So let's talk about boys. Was that a thing for you growing up? Did you date any kid, when you were younger?
Like in
was
high
Was it high
school?
school maybe or?
Yeah, my mom would call me boy crazy whenever I was younger. But yeah, I think my strongest relationships started whenever I was in high school, and I had a really long relationship from high school going into college, and then from then on. So yeah, I dated. I wanted to be with the boys.
Yeah.
Yes, my mom was a little nervous, but
Did you have a homecoming date and all that?
I did. And then I think maybe my junior year, I was struggling to find a date. That was the first year I had an issue. But for the most part, I always had homecoming dates.
Did Emma have homecoming dates?
It was weird. I went to 2 high schools because Irving was set up weird. And so it was just no, I didn't go to homecoming my senior year because it was just a weird school year.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense. Because I was
see.
in 2 high schools.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it was just weird.
So you're super close with your sisters.
Yes.
And I guess your dad, you guys are super close as well.
Yep.
Are they still in Amarillo or are they?
Yes, they are in
Okay.
Amarillo. I ask them to move to Dallas all the time. They will never move, but
No, they love it there, don't they?
they do. They do. But my mom was actually just here this past weekend, so I get to go back a lot to Amarillo, and then they come and see me quite a bit.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So Dallas it's a cool city. There's a lot more people than Amarillo for sure.
Yes.
Did you ever? So when was the first time you went to Dallas, from Amarillo?
Well, I was born in Dallas,
Uh-huh.
so
Not counting that.
So when did you come back, I
yeah.
guess, would be the...
I guess that Thanksgiving because my mom's parents lived in Dallas.
Okay.
So my mom is actually from Dallas. So I kind of grew up coming here for the holidays and seeing my grandparents. So quite a bit.
Okay.
So you have a family that's in town right now?
Not anymore, but
Okay.
back then whenever I was younger, yes.
Okay. Cool. And then you went to OU.
Yeah.
I did, which I know all the people from Texas that are listening are like, what the heck? A Texas girl was a Sooner?
Yeah.
But I loved OU. Technically, it's the closest university other than Texas Tech from my hometown. And my oldest sister was a Sooner. So I kind of followed suit, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Did you know that there's a Miss OU here in studio? Someone was crowned Miss OU. Is that-
You were?
I was Miss OU.
It took me a while, and then I was
I mean, not
wait,
me.
right. I was it wasn't me, because I didn't go to OU.
So how was that? I mean, the whole. I guess let's start back to when did you start doing the whole competitions and all that?
So whenever I was a senior in college, I wanted to get back on a healthy lifestyle. I had done the pizza and beer thing for so long that it
perfect.
kind of, caught up with me.
Yeah.
And one of my best friends was Miss Oklahoma. And she said, why don't you get back into pageants? Because I did them when I was a teenager.
By
And-
choice or?
By choice.
Okay.
I watched an episode of MTV Made. I don't know if anyone remembers that show.
I don't, but go ahead.
And it was this girl that got made into a pageant girl. And I was like, Mom, I want to do that. And so I started whenever I was a teenager, but then went to college, drank all of the beer, ate all the pizza, gained a lot of weight, and decided that I wanted to get back on a healthy lifestyle. And my friend that was Miss Oklahoma said, why don't you start doing pageants again? It gives you a good reason to get back in the gym, eat healthy. And so I started doing them again my senior year of college and loved it. And I was stuck on, I was hooked. And I was lucky enough to win Miss University of Oklahoma, which was the coolest title ever. It was super, super fun.
What perks do you get being Miss OU?
So I don't know if anyone's ever, or have y'all ever seen a OU football game where the Sooner schooner is riding along the football field.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
So I got to ride on the Sooner schooner. I got to do a lot of drives. I worked with the Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
Nice.
So it was really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it was an awesome opportunity.
Yeah. So how does one prepare for that? Is it lots of, I guess, training? What else does it entail?
Right. So that pageant and the other pageants I've competed in are a part of the Miss America organization, which has had quite a bit of changes this past year. But whenever I competed, it was all about, interviewing. So I had interview coaching, walking, because swimsuit and evening gown, on stage question, and then talent. So you have to perform a talent as well, which is like 1 minute and 30 seconds.
What was your talent?
Yeah.
Tell us.
I sing.
Nice. Okay.
Yes. I love to sing. You'll still see me like at the karaoke bars in Dallas, but yeah, so it was a lot of training, a lot of working out, a lot of public speaking, etc.
Okay. How many hours did that entail? Like every day?
I feel like it's almost a
Yeah, I
full-time
know.
job.
It kind of is,
Yeah.
honestly. It was the only year that I didn't have a job in college.
Wow.
Was my senior year when I was preparing for Miss Oklahoma. So
Wow, that's intense.
So were boys involved? Were you dating anybody?
I was actually. I was for part of it.
Okay.
And then after we broke up and I was like, I'm swearing off, boys, I have to focus.
I see. I see. Because, that would be super, for me, like intimidating that my girlfriend is competing for all these different things. All the things.
How is it intimidating for you, Zorric?
I'm just like
curious.
drinking beer and hanging with the boys while my girlfriend is out conquering the world and winning these things. So I don't know. That's just my take. But
Guys can get pretty intimidated about it.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of time to share.
Yeah, that's one thing too. Hey, where's me time, right?
True.
Right.
Except that I'm going to turn it around just a little bit, because let's say if he was like a football player or just like someone playing sports, would then the expectation is that the girlfriend has to be at the games?
I mean, yeah.
So then, like, why can't the boyfriend do that?
Well,
for
the boyfriend can
girlfriend?
be at the practices and competitions, right? Was he there?
Right. Yeah, actually he was. Yeah.
Okay.
Now that I haven't thought that far back, but yeah, he was. And I guess was pretty supportive, but he didn't go to OU. So
Where did he go?
he went to Oklahoma State.
Oh,
I know.
oh,
Did
no.
that little extra
know.
letter
That was
in
the
the
reason
middle.
why
know.
you guys didn't work out.
I know. It
They
was a
were
rivalry from
rivals.
the beginning.
Yeah.
So I read something about Miss USA and Miss Teen and Miss International. What did you do any of that stuff? Did you try out for any of that stuff?
So whenever I was a teen, which is between the ages of like 13 and 17 usually, I did Miss Texas Teen USA. That was my first pageant ever, and I was like atrocious. I mean, it was honestly just so embarrassing. I was the most unprepared girl, but I walked out there and I shredded my stuff.
Nice.
And then I did Miss Teen International as well, which those were I was a little bit more prepared, I would say.
Yeah.
But those were kind of like my little tester pageants way back when.
Yeah, yeah. And then most recently, you were Miss Arlington last year, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was, which was really cool because Arlington is such an awesome community here in Texas. It was a really, really great opportunity. I loved my year, but now I actually work with the Miss Texas organization.
Very cool.
And I'm on kind of like a scholarship committee, and I get to work more in the back end of things, which is awesome because I get to give back to the organization that poured so much into me. So I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you had the pageants, then you had a boyfriend. Were you in school at this time?
I was, but it didn't really feel like it. I was kind of gliding by it, my senior year. I loved school, and I was kind of focused on getting all of my hours done early, like in my freshman, sophomore, junior year. So my senior year was kind of
like a fun year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I took electives that, they were just super fun. So I was able to kind of do all of this stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
I just for my own personal information, like, what was your degree in?
Public relations.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
cool.
that fits
It makes
you.
sense.
Yeah.
Thanks. I like that. Yeah. Everyone says that. And I'm like, I'm glad it sticks and it fits. So
Yeah. And
Very
then
cool.
Miss Texas, you tried out for that?
I did. Yes.
How was that?
It was
experience?
awesome. I obviously didn't win because I didn't go to Miss America, but it was an amazing opportunity. I competed in Miss Oklahoma 1 year as Miss OU, and then Miss Texas 2 years, 1 year as Miss Dallas County, 1 year as Miss Arlington. And all three were amazing opportunities and great experiences, but it just didn't pan out for me, which was totally fine because I still got to, reign as a local title holder, which was still just as fun.
Yeah, it is. It is.
No, I forget the intricacies of city and state, and even before that, county too. It's there's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to win a local title before you go to state. So those little titles that I hold, those were my
Right.
my golden tickets to the state pageant.
Where do you have a trophy case with all your your accolades and certificates?
Or does your mom have that for you?
Oh, so my mom is not a pageant mom at all.
Oh, okay.
Really?
She just could honestly care less. I mean, she loves that I loved it, but she never thought in her lifetime that I would ever compete in pageants. But I have all my crowns and banners, but they're kind of in my closet. I don't really show that stuff.
Yeah.
Funny. So, does your mom so is that the conversation that you have with your mom where it's yes, I'll support you. What do I have to do?
That's exactly what she says. Honestly, she's like, okay, well, whatever you need me to do to help, I'm here to do it. But other than that, she's she has no idea what she's doing. There are some women that are so intense because they themselves competed when they were younger. Mm-hmm. But my mom is yeah, no, that's not for me.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well, not nice, but it makes me giggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trolling through your Instagram, Claire, and I saw this video of you answering a question in the Miss Texas pageant. I feel like, Emma, that's improv. It's you don't know what you're gonna get, right?
Right.
And then bam, you got to answer it, and it was a pretty good answer too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So, then I bet it's you're nervous. What were you feeling while they were unraveling that paper and about to?
So, I was lucky enough that the person that filmed that actually kind of edited it because I just I don't know why I blanked. And I just walked up and forgot to even grab a question. And then they were like, okay, please grab a question so we can read it. And I was like, oh, shoot, sorry. Sorry. So I reached in and gave it to her. And then you don't know what's in the bowl at all. It could be something related to the social impact that you're working for, your platform. It could be something that's, political related, social issue, whatever it is. And you're kind of off the cuff at that point. Mm-hmm. So I was shaking in my heels. But I got asked about standardized testing and schools and why students aren't doing as well in Texas as they should. And I'm lucky enough that my sister's a teacher. So I kind of just have had that experience with her and was able to formulate an answer pretty quickly. But that's how the interview is, even the stuff that you guys don't see that's not on stage. So
yeah, I thought you nailed it. I was like, oh my gosh, she knows her stuff.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's a little anxiety provoking.
It is.
It is.
Okay, so
Well,
go ahead, Emma.
yes. So, I started watching the show because Zorric asked me to watch the show, which I really got into. It was not.
What is the show called?
It was good, but it was not good, Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's called The Proposal.
Okay. Where can we find The Proposal?
On ABC. Well, I think now you can find it on Hulu.
Hulu and then ABC.
Yeah.
So in this TV show,
Yes.
a man or a woman, a guy or a gal, is presented with 10 people, male or female, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess the man or the woman gets to choose who goes on to the next
Yes.
the next
So
round.
there's 3 rounds, right, Claire? Or is it 2?
I think it's 4.
4. Okay.
I think. Maybe it's 5. I need to go through them in my head, but it's 4 or 5.
Okay.
And so, basically they keep going until the end. And then when there's one person, sometimes they propose, sometimes they don't propose. And so Claire was on this show.
Claire was on the show.
I was.
So, and that's how we found her.
Yep.
And gosh, it's kind of a cool show because it's so fast though, right?
Very fast.
Does it feel fast when you're recording?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Extremely fast.
All right.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about that, how you got on the show. Let's start there.
Why did you decide to get on the show?
So, In January and July, I have done this since I was about 19. I applied to all these different game shows. Like, I love trivia. That's like my thing. I love it.
Nice.
I like watch Jeopardy, Family Feud, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Like, those are my things. But then I saw that this casting company was casting for a new dating show. And I was like, why not? I'll just turn my stuff in. It didn't even have a title yet. And then the next day I got a call and it said Los Angeles, California. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be on some sort of game show.
Nice.
And they were not calling about a game show. They were calling about The Proposal, which at the time they didn't have a name for it. They were just like, that dating show you applied for. And I was like, oh, okay, got it. So I was a little bit shocked that they even called me, and especially that quickly. But I ran with it. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I had to take it.
It wasn't because of a breakup or something else?
No, it was just kind of something that I saw online, and I was like, well, I'm single.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt.
Uh-huh.
At that point, I was like, why not?
Yeah, so you weren't dating anybody at that point, but did you just come out of something, or no? You've just been single the whole time?
Well, I actually started dating somebody maybe starting in March. And then that was very short-lived, obviously, because I couldn't be dating someone and go on the show. But it was short-lived, and then I went on the show, and I've been single ever since.
Gotcha. So how was that casting process? So you got the call, and then what's next?
So I had a Skype interview that was, like, immediate after, like the next day.
Wow.
And they asked me all these questions, and it was very conversational. It was not as interrogating that I thought it was. And then after that, you get contracts, you sign those, and then they kind of move you down the process. But it's a lot of hurry up and wait, I would say, because I didn't even know that I was going to be a part of the show until like 2 weeks before I flew out.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Right. I kind of had an idea that it could happen, but it still was up in the air. So, you do your background and all of that kind of stuff. They want to make sure you're not a total psycho or someone that's not eligible for the person that they're trying to matchmake. But
So did you speak to a matchmaker?
I don't know. I really honestly didn't ask their titles.
Okay.
When they just told me to speak to someone, I did.
Okay.
I wasn't too nervous about it.
Uh-huh.
I kind of thought they had it under control.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And so what were the questions? Did they ask you about your dating history or stuff like that?
They did. They asked me about my dating history, what I was interested in, my likes, my dislikes. Would I ever date someone that did X, Y, Z?
Hypotheticals, a lot of that.
Right. A lot of hypotheticals. And then just my interests, make sure that they aligned with the other person. They asked me about the body type, and I don't know if y'all heard on my episode.
Wait, dad bods.
Dad bods.
Dad bods.
Yes.
Oh.
Gosh, make my heart
What is
throb.
that? What does that mean, Claire? What is a dad bod?
Just like a little extra cushion.
For the pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just not like super rock solid. Because
Okay.
like I'm not rock solid, so I don't want my man to be either.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was just a lot of questions and giving a lot of answers.
Okay.
So yeah.
And you got the green light, and then how are you feeling after they said, Claire, let's fly you out here?
I honestly was really calm about it. I was kind of shocked because they had we started this process in January. And then this was already in May or the end of April.
Wow.
And so I was kind of shocked that I was still on their radar. And then they flew me out, and that's kind of when the nerves hit. Or not even then. Right before you walk out on the stage is when the nerves are hitting.
Is this during dress rehearsals, or is this whenever they start taping?
No, when the lights are on, the cameras are on,
Wow.
and it's ready to go.
Is there like some competition between the other ladies? Do you guys feel that? Like, I know men, if it was 10 men out there, I mean, we'd all be fighting each other. But were you guys the same way or not really?
So we were encouraged to not talk to each other, which is like the hardest thing for me because I just want to be friends with everyone.
Right.
But so I kind of got in trouble a few times because I was chatting with the other girls. But
I know, Claire, you cannot talk to people.
I know they were like,
Claire, you
have,
cannot be friends.
Yeah, you have to go to your room, Claire. And I'm like, oh, I just want to make pals. But then during the show, when we're all together, we all were super kind to each other. There was no competition because at the end of the day, we did not even know who this person was.
Right.
So it's not like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette where you know who you're fighting for, you know their characteristics, you've seen them on a previous season. This was...
Right.
We had no idea.
So do they tell you any information about the guy?
Not at all.
Oh.
Yep. We have no idea. It's kind of just that you're crossing your fingers and praying that they know what you're wanting. But that's why all the girls were being super awesome, was because we had no idea who he was. So there was no reason to fight.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we're all really good friends still to this day.
Oh, nice.
So did they ask you, would you date a British guy? Is he British? Was Winston? So Winston was a guy on your show.
Yes.
He was the man that was choosing the women. So did they ask you that? Like, would you date someone from? Was he from London or something? Or
He is from, I don't know if he's he's from London, but I know he's British.
Okay.
But they didn't ask me about someone that was foreign born or anything. They just asked if I was okay with long distance.
Oh.
That's a good way around the question, because long distance can be lots of things, right? It can be within the same state but in different cities. It can be
Mars.
right. Yep.
Well, and I didn't even think that it was even it was just not in the realm of possibilities for me to even think that they would have someone that's from a different country. But he lives in San Diego.
Okay.
So he is in the U.S., but I just had no idea that he had an accent. But when he opened his mouth, I was like, "Oh, wow, I like that. I like that voice. I like that voice. That's really nice."
So the first time that you're hearing him is when you guys are on the stage.
Yes, which is kind of muddled anyway because
it's through a screen, right?
Right. Well, and he's speaking on a microphone, but we can really only hear it as he's not speaking into a microphone. You had to really listen to what he was saying, or else you were going to miss everything. But we could.
So was
tell.
it muffled?
Yes.
Oh.
So
we could, because as we're watching it, we can hear it.
Right. And we could hear it too. We just had to listen really hard because it's not like the mics are on in the studio. The mics are just there for the people recording. And so that people at home when it's on TV can hear.
Right. So how does that work with the audience? Can the audience hear?
They can hear a lot better than the people on stage can.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
but when he had that accent, I was like, I'm into it.
So what did you think about him, though? I mean, you didn't know much about him or anything about him. You just
Nothing.
knew that he was speaking at the time. So there's probably no connection yet.
No connection. And, I obviously didn't make it to the final two, so I didn't see him on the stage. But in the back, we actually were in a room and we were all watching the show together for all the girls that had gotten cut previously. And
do they have wine for y'all in the room?
yeah. They do have a limit on how much you can have, but I definitely reached that limit.
Yeah.
But whenever he did come out, this is not a diss to him at all. It's just he's not normally who I would necessarily go for.
Yeah, that's fine.
So would there have been a connection? I have no idea. But on immediate first look, I don't tend to necessarily go for like I said, the super ripped and clean cut guys.
Yeah. Emma, we've talked about this. It takes 100 milliseconds for someone to determine whether or not they want to be with somebody. 100 milliseconds.
Because our brain makes connections rather quickly.
Yeah, yeah. So I have a clip from the show.
Okay.
It's where you were speaking.
Okay.
So I'm going to play this real quick, and then let's talk about how you felt about it.
Next, it's Claire. Claire lives in a small town and is looking for a guy who isn't afraid to get down and dirty. Claire also loves dad bods.
Hi, Winston. First off, whenever I told my parents I was going to do the show, they were like, don't do anything freaking stupid. And I was like, okay, I promise I won't. And look, my mom is right there being super supportive.
The star of the show.
Star.
And you know, my mom actually was 38 years old, was single, wanted to be a mom, and she took the leap of faith and adopted me. And she's just a wonderful woman, and I know that she has such a big heart, and she gave that to me too. And I can't wait to hopefully share that with you.
Again, you killed it.
Thank you.
So how did you feel throughout that whole process, speaking in front of everyone?
So I've been doing it for so long that it was normal for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't super nervous, especially when it's when it's something that's truly coming from my heart and something I believe in so much. It's so much easier to chat about.
Yeah.
So I wasn't terribly nervous.
Do they prep y'all whenever you guys are like walking down the stage? Like these are things that you should say or kind of keep it on this theme?
So they tell you kind of what the theme is for the certain round.
Okay.
And I wanted to not go past relationship. Like I didn't want to direct what I was saying to him about my past relationships, because I decided that my past relationships don't necessarily define my next relationship, and I don't want to bring necessarily that baggage into anything else. So I wanted to talk about something that I'm really passionate about, and someone that I love so much and who has molded me into the person I am today. And I wanted to talk about my mom.
Yeah.
So I asked if that was okay, and they were like, do it.
Cool.
So did they prep you for the next rounds if you did make it? What was next after
So
that?
the next round would have been him asking a question.
Okay.
So they don't say what kind of question it's going to be. It's kind of like, you know, a pageant where you're just kind of given a question and you have to talk off the cuff. And then the next round would have been his like friend or family member asking a question.
That's right.
Yeah. I feel like Claire's made for this. Like she's been prepped so much and she's practiced so much, right? Right, Emma?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Like in the pageantry?
Yeah. Yeah, like public speaking. She has a degree. I mean.
Well, I hope I don't sound like a robot.
No, you sounded fine. So the rest of the show, we did see him pick somebody. So were you guys in the back just kind of talking and chit-chatting about it and drinking and all that while it progressed?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were watching everything and almost kind of betting on who he was going to pick because we were trying to figure out like what he was into or who he was into.
I think he was into tall women. That's his thing.
You know, you're not the first person that's told me that, which would make so much sense. I'm so short.
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'3".
Okay.
On a
You're
good day,
taller
like
than
when
me.
I first wake up.
So
I'm
it's
5'3".
fine. I'm
But
not
yeah.
5 feet.
But I thought he had a type for sure because I can tell who he was picking.
Yeah.
Right?
And we all kind of decided that too.
Yeah. So, okay, after the show ends, what happens? Everyone just kind of gets their stuff and goes their separate ways. Is there like a debriefing or something else?
We chatted about like what the next steps were, whenever we should be expecting contact from the producers, etc. And then they take you back to the hotel, and all the girls, we all went to dinner and had drinks. We went to a fabulous restaurant in Beverly Hills, and it was really fun. I made awesome friends with the bartender. His name was Luke at the hotel. He is incredible. We follow each other on Instagram. He's amazing.
Nice. Well, that sounds like a great experience. Just going on the show. Is there another show you want to get on, or have you been working on something else?
There are some things in the works.
Ooh.
She can't talk about them though.
Probably not.
Oh no. Okay, but
it's
you are
really early. It's
Okay.
really, really early, and I don't want to jinx it. But it would not be a dating show.
Family Feud.
My family is like not into that kind of stuff. They are like the people that want to be out of the spotlight, and I'm like, hello, I'm here. But it would be a game show.
Okay. Naked and Afraid.
No one needs to see this naked. A swimsuit was bad enough.
You look great.
Oh well, thank you.
There's a lot of game shows out there, and it's so fun. It seems like being on. We should all do Family Feud, all three of us. We need to get 2 more people.
I've already been adopted once. Y'all can figure it out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll get some more
We
guests.
got this.
So what did you learn from the whole experience at the proposal? Is it, I mean, I don't know, like from dating wise, did you learn anything about yourself?
Yeah, I have learned to really just live in the moment and not be so judgmental on the first impression, because someone can, you can make your ideas about someone, but I think it takes a few more dates to understand what that person is really all about, because so many people are nervous about what you're going to think about them. So they put on maybe a front the first date, and it's all about kind of breaking down those walls. And I've just learned to be really vulnerable in the dating process and to be open to new possibilities and to dedicate a little bit more time to dating. I felt like I was just with my friends 24/7 and not putting my best foot forward when it came to dating. And that's not a way to find someone that you want to be with for, a long time. So I've just been trying to be a little bit more vulnerable.
Nice. What do you have, Emma? You were going to say something?
Yeah. Oh,
Say it.
I don't like it when guests make me think.
What are you thinking about?
I'm just like, man, Claire's right. I have to be vulnerable. I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to put myself out there, but I know I have to.
You have to. Like, you have, if you want to find a man,
I know.
You got to put yourself out there. Get on apps.
He's
get on
out
all
there
this stuff.
somewhere. Where is he?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've also learned to not push anything and just to be
For sure.
ready when the time is right. I think a lot of women and men, especially in this day and age, that are wanting to have a very meaningful relationship, almost push away the other person because it's intimidating.
Yeah.
So you just have to be open and kind of go with the flow when it comes to dating. And like I said, be open.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know my type A comes out though.
I'm type A too. I have to really
Yeah.
kind of work
Reel
on
it
that.
in.
Yeah.
I know. I get you. I get you.
You guys need to get together and talk about that.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Our type A personalities. Type A personalities and why it's not so helpful.
It just
Preach.
depends. Yeah. Okay, so today you're dating or not dating?
I'm working on it.
Have you been on any dates?
I have
lately?
been on dates.
How were they?
They were good. They were good.
First dates go to second dates or first dates stay
So
first dates?
I just recently had a first date.
Okay.
I think I could go to a second date.
Ooh.
We don't want to
No,
jinx
we
it.
can't jinx it.
No,
No.
We
no.
chatted about seeing each other again, but we don't have concrete plans.
Okay.
But I've been back on the apps.
Okay.
So
Two.
I know it's a very recent thing. So nothing has really developed yet. I've been out of town and moving. But for the most part, I'm putting myself out there.
Did you meet him on Bumble?
Hinge.
Hinge.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I will say I have met someone else off of not an app,
Oh.
and that might
Did
turn
they
out.
slide into your DMs?
No,
Or
it was-
was it
Ooh,
like
girl.
It was
face to
face-to-face.
face? Oh.
Oh.
I know.
At the bar? Target.
At
Kinda.
karaoke?
Like at a restaurant, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So who knows? We
Wait,
haven't really.
How did he do that? He was just bumped into you and just started talking?
Kind of, but to be honest, I might just be crushing. I don't even know if it's going to lead anywhere.
It's okay to crush a little.
I know. Cross your fingers.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But you guys got phone numbers and you guys are
Right.
texting.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's progressing,
Right.
I think.
I think so too.
That's good.
I'm hoping.
That's
We'll
good.
see.
Have you had any bad experiences dating?
Oh my gosh. Recently or like.
I mean,
Whatever you want to share.
Oh my
Claire.
gosh. The worst ever. What do you have?
Oh. I will.
Ooh.
Okay. So
Do we
this
need
is.
to get the wine ready for this?
So I actually, this is the dating story that I told the producers about like my worst experience dating.
Yes.
So
I'm here for it.
It's so bad. My senior
in my
year,
hand.
I was on
Of high school?
college.
Okay.
I think I was on Tinder. It was maybe Bumble. I can't remember what was kind of the thing back then. And he was super cute. He asked if we wanted to go get drinks. I suggested a bar. So we ended up meeting because the bar was right behind my apartment. So I just walked there. And I sat down and he came in a little bit later and he goes, well, I'm really not supposed to be in here. And I said, why? And he goes, well, I have a DUI and I'm not supposed to. and I was like,
Oh my gosh.
and that was like the first thing out of his mouth. And I was just like totally taken aback. And I go, oh, okay. Like when you kind of stutter because you're like, what? How do I pivot out of this conversation?
Yeah.
And I said, well, we can leave. And he was like, no, it's fine. Can I get a double whiskey? And I'm like, oh. And so I just asked, I was like, did you drive here? He was like, yeah, I won't be bad though. And I'm like, no. So
Did he have a breathalyzer in his car?
I guess so. I think he was almost like hoping that like
You wouldn't drink.
maybe. I don't know. But then later that night, I mean, the whole conversation was just so awkward. Mm-hmm. Then I got really bad news from my dad called me, which my grandfather had been in the hospital for a little bit, and I answered, and he would let me know my grandfather had passed away, which is super sad, but like almost the best way of getting out of a date. Like I hate saying that.
Okay.
Because I, was super upset, so I asked if I could go home and mourn, And so I just walked back to my apartment, had a little cry, put my PJs on, and I get a text message from him saying like, you B-word, like I saw you go to a different bar with a different guy. And I was like, dude, I'm in my pajamas right now. Like I'm not at a bar. He was a psycho.
Jeez.
Psycho drinking fool. So
Ooh.
I've tried to stay away from the people that can't actually step foot in a bar.
Yeah.
I feel like
that's a good rule.
It's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say he was like an alcoholic or something, or, I mean, that's definitely a red flag because, they can't like control themselves.
No.
Right.
I went on a date with a guy who, like, the date finally happened after, like, his whole DUI stuff was over. And he's like, yeah, I had a breathalyzer in my car up until a week ago, so that's why I wasn't asking you out. And I was like, oh, had I known this before the date, I probably would have said no.
Yeah, you're like, keep that to yourself, maybe.
Yeah.
Just a pointer.
Yeah.
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 So.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So no second date, obviously.
No.
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 But he did try to add me on Snapchat like 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Just recently?
Yeah, it's like been 4 or 5 years.
Oh.
He saw you on TV.
Maybe.
He did.
He saw
and
you
he was
ask me.
like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He
He
wa-
was odd. That's the best way to say it.
He was like, the way she answered that educational question turned me on.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he's necessarily worried about education.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
Oh, mine. Oh, man.
So you've been dating. You've had one.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you have one and one. Like one is you're
Yeah.
talking and then one is you could have a second date.
Right.
So what are your thoughts on online dating in general?
Online dating is kind of tricky. Because you get kind of the highlight reel of that person, like all of the fabulous photos they have, because no one puts, well, some people do, but most of the people don't put unflattering photos of
Correct.
themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, conversation can always be good over text, but a lot of times that doesn't really translate to like in-person conversation.
What? Look at this. Is she a millennial?
Yeah, she's a millennial.
Technically, I'm
this.
not. I just want to say that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Look at this non-millennial that's younger than a millennial saying that she doesn't approve text conversations as much.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much because I get on my soapbox about text versus phone calls.
Well, I would much rather have a phone call or even like a FaceTime
Oh, yeah.
because you get to at least like see the person's expressions whenever you say certain things. I don't know. Texting is just so informal, and you also never know how many people they're texting other than you also.
Right.
Yeah, and there's no emotion except for the
Right.
emojis. But come on. But I want to hear your voice. We're the same. I'm the same way. I think Emma's the same way. We want a phone call. Call me, girl, and we'll talk.
Zorric and I like will call each other, and it's half the time I'm like, all right, Zorric, like, can you get off the phone so I can go to bed?
Is it because I'm old? Is that
Yeah.
why? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like it when guys call you first before the date?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
You want to hear the voice, right?
Right. And I think it just shows that they're actually interested and not just running through the motions. I don't know. It seems a little more intimate, and that they actually want to get to know you as a person.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and when you text, it's just like, hey, how's it going? How's it going? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's not like it's very choppy. And then if you, in one conversation of like 20 minutes, you can cover so much material and get, their past, their dating experiences, what they're looking for in a mate.
Right.
So yeah, I like phone calls.
I just think the conversation flows so much better on the phone
Yeah.
than on text.
I
Yeah.
agree.
And you want to make sure that they
I
can
agree.
speak, right, Emma? That they can put two sentences together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Communication
Yep.
is key.
It is key.
Okay.
'Cause, I mean, that's why people pay me the big bucks.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't know how to communicate. So I got to teach you how to do it.
Nice.
So just get lessons for free from me by dating me.
That should be your sales pitch.
Right? Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, that's probably good. I'm going to change my tagline tonight on Bumble and Tinder. So if you see me out there, TM today.
Yep.
Okay, so Claire, any recommendations or tips you can give our audience out there for dating? Like, what have you found that maybe works for you that you can share to everyone?
I would say if you're really wanting to have a relationship with someone, you have to make time to actually kind of be on the hunt for someone, or at least be open and not be booked up all the time. I used to have plans planned out weeks in advance with my friends. And then if I met someone, I was like, I don't even have time to go on a date with you. So you have to make time to be open and be open-minded about the people that you meet, because, the people you find on apps are going to have different experiences from their background than you. They're going to have different qualities than you. And you have to really understand that it's not, or at least for me, I always looked at how they would not be a fit for me. But instead, you have to change your mindset on why those qualities fit with you, why they do work. Because it's way easier to find the negative in someone more than finding the positive, in my opinion.
So do you have a type? Dad bods for sure.
Dad bods for sure. Yep. I do
Yeah.
kind of have a type.
Okay, that's good, because I know some people that are like, oh, whatever. But I think you should have a
feel
type.
comfortable sharing your type?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have just always gone for someone that's taller, but for me, everyone's taller than me.
Amen.
So it
Preach.
really doesn't matter how tall.
Yeah.
I think it's always funny on Bumble or Tinder where they're like, they have their height on there, and I'm like, yeah, that's irrelevant for me. You're always going to be taller, even if I'm in heels.
Yeah.
But I always go for someone that's a little bit more dark-haired, and then kind of hairy. I don't know, and almost a little outdoorsy.
Is it like the brawny man or
brawny man.
who? Oh my gosh,
Duck
who did
Dynasty.
Monica.
Monica?
Too fit.
Who did Monica date on Friends? Oh my gosh, what's his name? Why am I blanking?
Chandler?
No, the dude, but Richard. What's the real actor's name?
Richard
Oh my
Gere.
gosh. No, it wasn't Richard Gere. I'm about to Google this.
Google it right this
I am-
time.
Okay. Yeah. Apparently,
Okay.
Richard from Friends. Oh, Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck.
Okay, I do like Tom Selleck.
Does he have a mustache? Like one of those
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
So-
he is just so beautiful to me. Like even like these 90s pictures, like I'm living for them.
So if I was going for an older man, it would be Tom Selleck or Dennis Quaid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But Jason Segel has always been...
I love him.
This
I
is
do
so
too.
funny, right?
He is so funny.
Yeah.
I always go for someone that has an awesome personality.
Uh-huh.
Because personality doesn't fade, but looks do.
And he's personable too. I think I'm just like assuming. Yeah, because I have always had a little crush on him too.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yes. And just a little impersonable. And, I've already seen him naked because thank you for getting Sarah Marshall.
Yep.
So I already
Yeah.
know what I got to work with.
That's so true. Yeah, I wouldn't be nervous in front of him, because he isn't flawless, but he owns it. You know?
Yeah,
That's what I like.
for sure. And
Gotcha.
Oh, so cute.
He
Nice.
is so cute.
Is that enough guy talk for you?
That's
Zorric?
enough guy talk for me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so this next part of the
Yes.
show, Emma, tell us what it's about.
So we will be sharing, whenever we're swiping on Tinder or Bumble or Hinge, reasons why we would swipe left on people.
Okay.
So.
You want to start?
Yeah, I'm only gonna do 3, Zorric, for the sake of time, and because you called me out at the beginning, so that's fine.
You can do 4.
No,
you can do 4.
I'm gonna do 3.
Okay.
All right. So gym pictures for me is a swipe left. Don't make that your profile. Don't make that your main picture. Maybe make that one of the side ones, but not the main one. I'm not a fan of seeing you in your cutout t-shirt, bench pressing, whatever, like Shania Twain. That
So you
don't
would
impress
swipe
me
left
much.
on a guy that's so chiseled that he can, like, basically, he's an Adonis.
Like Michelangelo sculpted what he needed to sculpt, and it's a sculpture. Like, can we keep it a sculpture?
Oh, you want him just a normal? So it's the gym selfie.
It's
not necessarily the sculpted guy.
Right, it's not.
Okay.
It's more, I think that because to me, I read that a little bit arrogant. I read that a little bit narcissistic. I read that a little bit just, like way into yourself than you probably should be. Like, I'm a fan of confidence. I'm very confident in myself. I want someone that can match this, like, level of confidence. However, I think, like, gym selfies takes it to another level.
I concur.
Thank you.
Okay, next.
All right, the next one is also shirtless pictures.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It's the same shirtless.
No, it's not.
Okay, no gym selfies, no shirtless pictures.
Yes.
Why? Why no shirtless pictures?
Again, it's like you're too cocky when you like. Am I showing a shirtless picture? No.
So do you know what happens in the men's bathroom of an LA Fitness? Dudes are taking pictures in front of the mirror.
I totally believe it.
That's what
because
happens.
Women take selfies in the gym too, like at LA Fitness. Like, I think that was always like the most annoyed part, because I'd like go in sweating, not looking cute, and all of a sudden these girls are like taking pictures, and I'm like, this is not what the gym's about. The gym's about to work and to sweat and then like go home.
Right, and they're like taking photos, and I don't even want to look at myself in the mirror.
No.
Yeah.
I am so gross when I work out. It's like horrible.
Well, everybody is.
No, but like, okay, so like you and I went dancing, and I was still like so gross and sweaty after dancing.
You were kind of gross, but no.
I have a picture of you that I'm gonna post now.
No, but I was gross
From
too,
that
okay?
comment.
It was so hot.
It was
there.
so hot and
Have you been to
humid.
Glorious?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All
you know how
right,
to
so you need to
salsa?
come with us next time.
Okay, please. I would love to. And by
Okay.
the way, they do half price bottles of wine Monday through Thursday.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna get
Claire just became part of the group. Like, legit became part of the group.
Oh my goodness.
Legit. Like, I
Okay.
pinky promise, Claire.
But
Oh,
can you
we're
dance
going.
though, salsa?
I mean, I can.
You can dance.
Yeah.
You know what? How about this? Because I tried teaching Zorric, and in the moment it didn't work. So you two go dance with each other.
How dare you?
I'm gonna go dance by myself because I'm a really good dancer by myself.
But
I took a ballroom dancing class.
Oh, okay.
And I did salsa, so I learned it. So if you can't keep up with me either, we're going to have to put you on somewhere else.
I did tell Zorric we would take dance lessons together.
Yeah, I think it's something that everyone. I mean, we're in Texas. Come on, there's salsa dancing everywhere. And
Right.
I should know.
Some of us, it just comes naturally. Like, we're just born how to know how to salsa dance. I never took lessons to salsa dance, so putting it out there.
But do you guys think it's kind of hot that a guy can salsa dance?
Yes, I watched Dancing with the Stars for the guys.
I do too, actually.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good thing that guys, they at least put themselves out there to dance, because you want to have like a solid wedding date partner that's going to get on the dance floor with you. I don't know. I think dancing shows that you're not afraid of anything.
And I gave you crap, Zorric, but I gotta say, like, yes, you were very open and willing to learn.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Exactly. We have videos of us dancing together
how dare you.
somewhere.
That-
It wasn't. I didn't post them.
But
They're
okay.
on someone's account, not ours.
Okay.
Out
Next.
there. All right. Pictures with girls
Yeah.
that are not mom. You know, like, or your grandma. Like, show me a sweet picture that's great. But not just like random girls, because I don't know if they're your sisters or if this is your ex-girlfriend. I can't make that difference.
I
Okay.
think that's fair.
And the last one, which I'm going to bring up again, dirty mirror selfies.
Dirty mirror selfies.
I hate a dirty mirror selfie. It is so gross. Stop doing that, you guys. Seriously, I've said this from the beginning. Clean your mirrors. Cleanliness is seriously next to godliness. Just
Claire,
do it.
This was episode like 2.
It was from the beginning.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I totally agree with you because it looks like you don't care enough to clean your place. And if your bathroom mirror is dirty, then your entire apartment's dirty.
Ew.
To me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, like I am little, and you know, Zorric, I have a wall of a mirror in the living room. I get on that Swiffer, I get on my little step stool, and I'm like using my little Swiffer to help me clean the top of that mirror. So if I can do it, average size people can do it.
Yeah. And a man can do it too. Man out there.
I ain't got time for that.
Okay.
All right, that was my fault.
That was it?
That was
Okay.
it. I'm not going to do anymore.
All right, Claire, what do you got?
Okay, so I have to agree with you, Emma.
Thank you.
Because I have all selfies / addicted to fitness / all shirtless pics. That's one of my points. So you've already gone over it, and seriously, guys, like, don't do that.
But why? What's your reasoning behind
Because I think if you are like addicted to fitness and you're doing like shirtless selfies or it's all selfies, you are way too into yourself to even be into someone else. Like you're not going to be attentive. You're more focused on
yourself.
On yourself.
I get you. That makes sense.
It's like that narcissistic piece, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I would be competing for time over the gym. You know what I mean? It just does. It's not right for me. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
So one of my other points was all group photos.
Ooh.
Like I have to find who you are. Like I would have to go through all of them and figure out which one are you, because you're in all of them. Anyway, I don't like that.
Yeah.
My third point was I don't like when you bring politics into dating. So like on some bios you see swipe left if you're conservative or liberal, whatever it is. I'm like, why? My mom and dad are two different political parties and they just agree to disagree. So why put that on your dating profile? I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way.
For sure.
Even if they're the same political party I identify with, I don't like that.
Yeah.
My next point was when you only have 2 photos out of the 6 that you're allowed.
Okay.
Like they didn't put photos, like they didn't put enough.
Gotcha.
So what is enough? Like all 6?
More than 2.
Okay.
And
So 3.
like clear photos of you too.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say just something that actually like shows you and your personality. And then my last point, which is like probably the biggest point for me, is no bio.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that because I'm like, yeah, I might think you're cute or attractive, but I know nothing about you. So how am I going to start a conversation with you on a dating app, especially like Bumble, where the girl is actually messaging first, if I know nothing about you? Because my hey, what's up is going to be the same as every other girl's hey, what's up. Where I could make it a little bit more personal if you just had a bio or something that I related with.
Yeah. So that was your last point, right?
Yes.
So what should a man have in his bio? Like interest or like what do you think?
I think that you should put your interests, definitely things like you like to do on the weekends, because a lot of times the dates are going to fall on the weekend, so you can get some good brainstorming ideas. I also think like things that you want out of a partner too. It doesn't hurt to at least say like what you are looking for. And I think it looks a little bit more intentional.
Yeah.
Not as just careless, but if you're not going to do any of those and you're just going to rely on like a one-liner, it better be funny. Like
Jason Segel funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a joke, or, my mom always thinks that my mom thinks like I'm a catch or something that like, well, catch your attention and at least you can respond off of that. I don't know. I just think that you have to have something that's attention grabbing.
Yeah. But I feel like also one sentence also focuses your bio so that you as a female can just focus on that little topic. Whereas if a guy has so much information, there's too much to focus on.
Isn't the rule like 2, 2, and 1 or something, or like 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1 is like one of our future guests talked about it.
He talks about it.
Like
oh my gosh, I'm blanking.
3 things about yourself. 2 things about
the other
what you
person.
want in a mate, and then one thing that you want to share.
Yeah.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, I need to fix my bio
I know.
Yeah.
after hearing that, because that's really, really smart.
We should have played a game with her.
Oh,
We have a game called Date My Bio. Next time.
I
next
know,
time.
next time.
Come back next time.
Okay.
And we'll do some more.
Because you're right there.
I know.
I know. I can hop, skip, and jump away.
Literally.
I'm just gonna show up one day.
Yeah, you can.
Awesome.
I'll, like
It's-
knock on your window.
Every Wednesday, you'll see
This window right there.
You'll see the windows open, and we're recording.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Every Wednesday, and Tuesday. So, okay,
All right, Zorric.
me.
Your turn.
So I ran into a Bumble person the other day, and it was just a picture of a cat.
Ew. Ew.
Yeah, just a picture of a cat.
Gross. I'm judging.
Yeah, and so my thing there is you gotta have more than nothing on your profile.
So like no photo of
no
yourself.
photo, it was just a cat, and that's it.
That's an immediate left.
Yeah, and I'm not against cat people or dog people. It's just you need more stuff. All right, so that's it.
Your animal does not define you.
It does not define you. Okay?
You are not your animal. You're a human being.
You are. Okay, so my second is well, I wrote here it must be human, but yeah, no.
It must be
It
human.
Must be
Nice.
human.
Okay.
Cannot date cat or robot.
Uh-huh,
Okay. Number 2 is I want to see a freaking smile. Show me your pearly whites, please.
Thank
So-
you.
So
Yeah.
you have teeth. I
Yes.
totally agree with that,
Yeah.
and that's on the men's side too.
Yeah, I've seen profile photos where there's like 6 photos and there's no teeth. Come on now.
That always makes me a little weary because
Yeah.
it's like I love my teeth. I feel like I have amazing natural teeth. And I'm also looking at it because I've said this before too, like teeth are genetic. Like they're
Yeah.
genetics. So like if you're not smiling, you could possibly give bad teeth to my offspring. And I don't know if I want to pay for
Oh,
braces.
jeez.
That's
It's all
true.
about the
And-
teeth.
And bad teeth. Sometimes you like don't want to kiss.
No.
No.
My sister went on a date recently where the guy smiled and they like all the teeth were dead.
Oh my gosh, they were like arguing with each other. Is that what was going on, or they were just what? Dead isn't like not there.
Like black.
Oh,
Ew.
jeez.
I know, I'm telling you. And it was because they were on Bumble and he had no pictures where he was smiling. And then the first thing out of his mouth, she was like, yeah, he has no teeth.
What would y'all do if one of the pictures like did show a smile, but instead of teeth, it was their like grill?
No.
Well, for me, it's like was that a gold grill or a silver grill? Were there diamonds in the grill?
Platinum?
Platinum?
It's what like
Was it Little
what
Wayne?
you would optimally like want as a grill.
I would not want a grill.
Okay.
But I mean,
No.
no.
I want one just to have one. No joke. I just wanted to have one because I think it's funny.
Right, but don't put it in your dating profile.
Yeah,
No,
don't
I
do
won't
that.
put it
That
in my
comes
dating
out
profile.
later.
That comes out later, like, after hours.
Yeah.
Right.
After Glorious.
This is off topic, but I know what Emma would answer here. What's the first thing you notice in a man, Claire? Like you're walking
Eyes.
towards eyes. Okay. Eyes.
Yeah.
Emma is teeth, right?
I am teeth.
Second is teeth for me.
Yeah. Mine smile. So again,
Well, can't teeth be considered like smile?
some people smile without teeth. They just like do the smile with their mouth
Oh,
closed.
that's true. That's
Oh,
true.
I hate people that do that.
Yeah, come
No,
on.
I don't hate people that do that, but I hate that people do that.
Yeah. On a dating pic.
Got it.
Or in general, or is that in general?
I like if I'm taking a selfie with you, like show your teeth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What if he's very just not confident in his teeth? But you can get teeth fixed, I guess, guys.
Yeah, but do they want to get them fixed?
What if he was what if he was Tom Selleck but had just the worst teeth in the world?
I would be okay with moving along from Tom Selleck because
Okay.
I don't even think. I mean, he's like my parents' age.
Okay. Jason Segel.
Let me look up Jason Segel real quick.
Are you looking at his teeth?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go. Let me move on for
Yeah, your next point. Sorry, I cut you off.
This is similar. Sunglasses. Like I've seen profile pictures where they're all sunglass photos. Yeah, I want to see.
Beautiful.
So,
Jason Segel has beautiful teeth.
Emma is showing a picture of Jason Segel.
Look at that beautiful, like, pearly white.
He has nice teeth, and he has like a chiseled face, so obviously it works
Love
out.
him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zorric.
Yeah. So my next thing too, Claire said this. Not enough pics. I want to see more. I want to see more photos.
Right.
Not just one. And there's a lot of profiles out there where I don't see a face. It's like the action photo. I see a lot of this. I don't know if you see this, Emma, but they're like on a mountain or they're skiing, and they have like one photo.
Or
of
they have their
themselves.
yoga poses.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Which I will interject and say, I think those photos are good because they show your interests.
Yes.
But if you're going to have interest photos, you have to have photos that actually show you as a person.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It can't just be you at a yoga retreat at every single picture.
Right.
Right.
And I will follow back up with you on the sunglass thing. I think that's a huge deal because sunglasses cover like half your face.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially like women, we wear big sunglasses.
Right. So I think that's a valid point for you to bring up.
Yeah. And my last is, so everyone knows on this podcast I'm not the most tall person, so I want to see a body photo, you know.
So fair.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
that, and not even just like height, like, but everyone kind of is attracted to a certain body style.
Dad bods.
Obviously. Like I have like talked about it. I've talked about it too much tonight. But like I want to see a body photo too. I think that's fair.
Yeah. And I rest my case, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because but the thing here is, for everyone out there, everyone has their type.
Yes.
Right? And everyone has. So what I recommend everyone do is kind of figure out what swipe right on or swipe left on.
And then remember
Yeah.
to choose realistically.
Yeah, and also like figure out, we talked about this 3 episodes ago
Yeah.
about your values. What are you looking for in a mate? Is it he's outdoorsy, or is he tall, or does he have hair on his body? They're hard to see out
Love
these
it.
things. But values, and if you figure out what you want, then it's easier to find out, to weed people out.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to make. So Emma, what did you learn from Claire today?
I learned a lot from Claire.
Okay.
The one that stuck to me the most is allowing myself to be vulnerable and be open-minded, because you're not. My best friend tells me that all the time, and I always roll my eyes at her. I can't roll my eyes at you, Claire.
I'm an outsider.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I have to be nice.
She's an insider now.
She is.
Come on.
Yes, that's
come on,
right.
Come on. Okay.
We're hanging out. Not
Yeah.
today, but like another day.
Sometime.
we're gonna be pals now.
Forever.
What I learned from Claire is that she has a range of men that she likes the Jason Segel, but she also likes the Tom Selleck, and she likes the dad bods.
Depends on the age range. That I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
And Claire, I guess, closes out. Like, the floor is yours. What do you recommend about dating, and what advice can you give?
So something just kind of stuck out to me, and I don't know why it came into my mind, but I wanted to make sure I got it out. But whenever you are on dating apps, I think it's really important to self-reflect and realize what you are looking for in a relationship, because that might be that you are looking for the one. You might be looking for a serious relationship, but maybe not marriage at the moment. You might be looking to just date and have fun. You might be looking for a hookup. But I think it's very important that whenever you are on those dating apps, that you relay what you are looking for to that person that you are talking to, because you don't want to take anyone's time away.
Right.
You want to be very upfront and honest, and people will respect that, you are being open with them. So that's kind of my biggest piece of advice on dating apps. And then to just be really open to whoever wants to be interested in you, and look at all the opportunities that you have.
Have you been to a bar by yourself? A
Yes.
restaurant?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, we recommend that. Like once a week.
Yep.
Doing that.
I'm doing mine later this week.
I think it's actually a really good thing. And whether that be in like a neighborhood bar or your favorite restaurant and you're wanting to watch a game or something, but time for yourself is so important. And I think that's whenever you attract people the most.
Right.
So I agree with that.
Yeah, work on yourself, and then you can probably attract someone just as good as you, or Okay.
All right, everyone.
Oh my gosh, Claire, thanks.
Yes. Thank you so much, Claire.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of
I had
course.
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I mean, I know you have to drive so far away.
So
but,
far
I mean,
away.
Geez,
I know.
Be safe. But
Oh, thanks.
all right, Emma, take us away.
Well, everyone, that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any comments, concerns, or topics that you want us to discuss, please leave us an email at hello@datepodcast.com, or you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at hello. Nope, at.
What?
You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Date Podcast.
It's so confusing. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.